Hey, it's Andrew here with Gamer's Guide to Life, and I'm here with Jeremy, Mr. Lovely and Wonderful Jeremy, and we are going to be talking about Game.Minder and Uncle Slam today. So, Jeremy, could you tell us a little bit about this new product here?
Okay, well, Game.Minder is essentially a platform for tracking video game release dates. You hear about a game, you play a tech demo, you're like, that seems really cool, I don't want to forget about that game. You put it in Game.Minder, when it's time to play, you get a notification. When it's ready for pre-order, you get a notification. You never have to think about it again. You just basically find a game, set a reminder, you're good to go. It's been actually out for iOS for about 2 years, but right now we're really pushing into the mobile web. We want to get Android users, we want to get Windows Phone users, we want to get desktop users, we want to get as many people as possible using Game.Minder.
So now, tell us a little bit about the product. Now, like for me personally, like we were just talking, if I want to know when a game is coming out, usually I'll throw it in Google, maybe I'll check GameStop, or I'll go to Giant Bomb and plug it into the wiki. How is this going to make it easier for people to know when a game or update or expansion comes out?
Well, you know, honestly, the biggest market for Game.Minder right now is things exactly like this, like PAX. When you're seeing all of these games that are maybe a year or more out from release, especially indie games. You know, these days, everybody's working on a cool new game. Everybody. And there's so many good ones, it's so hard to keep track of all of them. You know, when there used to be only like 5 really great AAA titles a year, it was really easy to remember. But these days, you got your Quantum Conundrums, you got your Girls Like Robots, all these really cool games that are coming out, and they're going to easily get lost unless you remember them. And so that's where Game.Minder comes in. We give you a really simple way to make sure that the minute you hear about a game, you put it in there, you never have to think about it again until it's time to play.
Excellent. Now, you said it's not exclusively for the iOS. It was 2 years ago when it came out, so it's on the mobile web. Do you have any intentions of bringing it to the Android market?
In terms of a native app, at this point, we're keeping our options open, but we don't have any immediate plans to go with a native app. We're really hoping that if we can foster the mobile website and make it the best experience possible, that'll just work for everybody. And then we don't have to worry about having, you know, a Windows separate app and an Android separate app. Just have it work for everyone on one platform, and then that's that. That's sort of the plan right now. But like I said, our options are open.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's great too that you made it available on the web, because I tried out the Game.Minder, and it's great. It's really cool. I never thought about it. It really is ingenious of you guys to hit a market that a lot of people never think about at all. But why don't you tell us a little bit about Uncle Slam? That's the game you've got right over there.
Well, yeah, and that's why whenever we're talking about Game.Minder, we always want to tell people, like, the reason we came up with Game.Minder is because we're an indie developer too, and so we've faced all of these same issues. We have our game, it's called Uncle Slam. It's on iOS, iPad, or iPhone, and it's president-on-president boxing. You pick your president. We have about 16 to choose from now, but we got more coming. You can play as Obama, you can play as Bush, you can play as Washington, Lincoln, Nixon, and you pick your president, and then it's like Rock'em Sock'em Robot style Punch-Out. Each president gets their own special power. So Obama gets to use, when he gets low on health, he can pull Obamacare out of his pocket, and Obamacare heals himself, but it also heals his opponent a little bit because we're all in this together. Bush gets to perform a recount, so if he gets knocked out, recount, he pops right back up again. And every president gets a special power that they can use to change the tide of battle.
Now, I have to ask, have you received any kind of hate mail or complaints about the game?
Not yet. Not yet. We actually didn't. Obama and Bush were released after the fact because we were a little worried that being the last two, and in many ways the two most controversial presidents in most people's minds, that it might, you know, Apple might have a problem with that and decide to hold us back or tell us to change something or whatever. But it got through, and so far so good. You know, I mean, our goal is really to be as nonpartisan about it as possible. President is a president. You know, they're all we make fun of them all and we revere them all equally. So
absolutely. Now, who's the most broken? Who's most used?
I think we don't have anybody who's overpowered. We do have one that's underpowered, and that's Millard Fillmore. Unfortunately, Millard Fillmore is the hardest president to beat the game with. But that means if you do beat it with Millard Fillmore, you've got the bragging rights.
What's his special?
His special move is he wraps his cape around himself. It's called Security Blanket. It's a defensive power.
Unbelievable. And Uncle Slam retails at how much?
Just $2, $1.99.
$2. That's awesome. That's incredible. Now, are you guys working on anything else coming out here?
We do have a game that's in the works that's just in the very early stages. It's called The Sickening, and we're not really talking about what it is yet. But if you go to thesickeningiscoming.com, you might get some ideas about what might be coming.
Excellent. All right, guys. Well, Uncle Slam, you heard it, $2. Game.Minder, you got to try this thing out. It's actually pretty awesome. Give it a chance. Here with Jeremy with Handelabra, and awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks for stopping by.